Hello, I'm Sophia's Seth and welcome to the Seth Word. Now today I'm going to be cooking Jeera chicken. Now translated in English that means cumin chicken. It's a recipe that's been passed down from my mum and dad and it's really tasty, so let's make it. The ingredients that you need is 1 lemon, olive oil, you'll need half a flower of garlic, you'll need 1 tablespoon of ginger, so if you grate it and just measure it with 1 tablespoon, soy sauce, salt, you'll need cinnamon sticks and 1 onion. You'll also need chili flakes. If you don't like spicy food you can leave them out, but who doesn't like spicy food? So that's chili flakes, the jeera is the cumin seeds. You'll also need rice. Now I have been marinating the chicken for about an hour. You'll do that with half of the lemon and a couple of pinches of salt and just leave that for an hour. So firstly I'm going to be making the jeera chicken, the cumin chicken, and afterwards I'll be making the pilau rice to accompany it. So firstly what you need to do is get yourself a pan. You need either a wok or a karai. A lot of Indian people use a karai. Basically a big frying pan. You need to whack it on high heat and add a tablespoon of oil. So now that oil is heating up, you can see the little bubbles, you want to add in about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And you have to leave that. I would bring down the heat to medium heat now. And you want to leave that cooking for about 1 to 2 minutes to let the cumin just change colour slightly. Now as you can probably see, after a couple of minutes the cumin has gone slightly darker. Now at this stage, so after about 2 minutes, you want to add your grated ginger, you hear that sizzling, and your 7 cloves of garlic, so about half a flower. And after all that's added, you want to stir it, and you probably want to turn down the heat to medium-low heat. Just be careful, it will start to sizzle, so I always say it's good to wear glasses when you're cooking. Now to the ginger and the garlic and the cumin, you want to add your chicken thighs. They've been marinating in the lemon and salt. All this juice is all the lemon, so you try not to put that in because you're going to be adding a bit of water in a second. Put it on low heat now, otherwise the chicken will burn. And you've got to make sure that each chicken piece gets coated with the cumin and the garlic and the ginger. Wish you were here because it smells amazing. Now you need to add in a tablespoon of soy sauce, just a bit extra, can't have enough soy sauce, and you need to add in 1/4 cup of water. You need to stir this around. And at this stage you want to whack up the heat to medium-high. Just make sure you stir it around. Fiddly piece of chicken. Don't worry too much about the water, it will boil off, because at this stage, once all the chicken is coated with the soy sauce, when the heat is up, once it's boiled, we're going to simmer it. As you can see here, the chicken is boiling. At this stage, turn the heat right down to low. And to cover it, what I'm using in true student fashion is another pan, because woks don't tend to have lids. So what you want to do, just pop it on, have the heat all the way down, and leave it for half an hour. So it's been half an hour with you stirring it occasionally. You want to take the lid off And you want to put the heat up to about medium high. And at this stage you want the water to evaporate. So by stirring it occasionally, trying to be careful not to break up the chicken pieces, it will start to boil off and the water will evaporate. It will take around 15 to 20 minutes, so do just stir it occasionally. Now it's been about 10 minutes, and as you can see, most of the water is gone. At this point, still keeping it at low heat, you want to add, this is if you like chilies, add a few pinches of chili flakes and just stir that around, just gives it a bit of a kick. You can also see that the chicken is browning on the top. At the moment the chicken is cooked, and you can test that by just slicing it. It will come off the bone very easily, like that. But what you want to do is to keep it roasting quite a lot. You want it to be golden brown. So I would just keep stirring it, keep it on low heat, and occasionally stir. As you can see, the water has virtually disappeared and the chicken's golden browned and it's ready to serve. It's up to you how far you want them to be browned, but at this stage they are perfectly good to be served. So now we're going to make the pilau rice. Now to make this you need a saucepan, a smaller one. You want to put it on medium heat. You want to add about a couple of teaspoons of oil. Swirl that around. And you want to add, firstly, 1 teaspoon of cumin. As you'll probably learn through all my Indian food, cumin is a key ingredient to most things. As you can see, as with the chicken, the cumin seeds have gone golden brown. Once you can hear the sizzling, I would put it down to low heat. At this stage, you want to add your onions. I would chop them lengthways, just makes it tastier with the rice. And give it a stir. You also want to add a medium-sized cinnamon stick, so I would just cut it slightly. Love the smell of cinnamon. And just keep that stirring. As you can see, around 5-6 minutes later, the onions have softened and it's gone slightly golden brown. At this stage you want to add a couple of pinches of chili flakes and just give it a stir. After another couple of minutes of stirring, you can see the onions have gone caramelised and you want to add the rice. For 2 people, half a cup of rice is enough. Do wash it, as I washed it in the sieve, to remove the starch, and you want to add the rice in. And now to the rice, what you need to add is some water. Now, if you measure from the top of the rice, the surface level of the rice, about 1 centimetre from the top of the rice, which roughly is the first part of your index finger. So if you measure that, add some water, just be careful because it will be hot. Make sure it is on low heat when you're doing this. And you can see that it's only hit half of it, so you want to add a bit more. And try again, it's a bit of trial and error. So the top of the rice to the first part of your index finger, again nearly there. It's a couple of millimetres out. It's a bit of a tricky process, but you've just got to make sure it gets the right amount of rice. It's almost perfect. Let's add a little bit extra. So put your finger in. Perfect. And at this stage, you want to put it on high heat, make sure the rice boils, and then we'll be simmering it. As you can see, the rice is boiling now. At this stage, you want to turn it on low heat and pop a lid on it. For all the water to evaporate, it will take around 10 minutes, but do check on it every couple of minutes. And if it looks like the rice is burning because there's not enough water, then just add a bit of boiling water from the kettle. And once the rice is cooked, it's time to plate up. So I put 2 pieces of chicken, a couple of spoonfuls of rice. It's really great serving it with natural yoghurt and cherry tomatoes as a garnish. I would add a bit of salt on the rice to taste. And there you go, Jeera chicken and palau rice.